Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're tackling something really important for Canadian charities, political advocacy. It's something lots of groups want to do, right? Champion their cause.
Absolutely. But the rules,
Yeah,
they can seem a bit, well, confusing.
exactly. So many charities want to push for change, but they get nervous about the regulations. Is this allowed? Is that okay?
Yeah, that uncertainty can really hold organizations back.
Yeah.
And understanding the legal boundaries is it's essential.
Yeah.
Not just for compliance with the CRA, but for actually being effective.
Right. So that's our goal today. We want to bring some clarity. We'll get into what political advocacy means for charities in Canada.
What they can do, what they absolutely cannot do.
And crucially, those recent rule changes from 2018, because that shifted things quite a bit.
It really did.
Ugh.
It's about understanding how you, as a charity, can use your voice powerfully, for your mission, but stay totally within the lines.
Okay, so let's dive in. Political advocacy for charities. What are we actually talking about here? It's more than just having an opinion, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. It's about action. Specifically, action aimed at influencing laws, government policies, or decisions. Federal, provincial, municipal, any level.
Give us an example.
Well, think about a charity focused on, say, literacy. Their advocacy could be speaking out publicly if there are cuts proposed to library funding,
Okay.
or maybe encouraging their supporters to write to their elected officials about the importance of adult literacy programs.
Got it. So direct calls to action related to policy.
Exactly. Or even submitting detailed policy recommendations to a government department. That's advocacy.
So if you've got an environmental group pushing for new regulations.
Yep, that counts. Or a health charity advocating for changes to healthcare policy.
Okay.
Even participating in public campaigns around potential legislative changes, it's all under that umbrella.
But you need to be careful.
You really do. It's powerful work, but you have to navigate it correctly to protect that vital charitable status.
Okay, so that's what it is. Now let's talk about what's actually allowed. What gets the green light for Canadian charities?
Well, there's quite a bit they can do legally. Educating the public on policy issues is a big one, as long as it's directly tied to their charitable purposes.
So our literacy charity could publish information explaining why funding matters, the impact it has, that kind of thing.
Precisely. Informing the public, raising awareness on issues connected to their core work, that's perfectly fine.
What else is on the yes list?
Conducting research is key. They can research social issues, publish reports, add data and evidence to the public conversation.
Bringing facts to the table.
Exactly. And they can work directly with government officials. Suggest policy changes, participate in consultations, offer their expertise on legislative matters.
So they can be part of the policy development process.
Yes, absolutely. And they can even support or oppose specific laws or propose legislation.
Ah, okay, but there's a catch there. Right.
Very important one. The law or policy must directly impact their charitable mission.
So a homelessness charity could campaign against a law they believe harms people experiencing homelessness.
Correct. Because it's directly related to their purpose.
Yeah.
But they couldn't just weigh in on, say, foreign trade policy unless it's somehow directly tied back.
Okay, that makes sense. It keeps the focus tight on their mission, but hovering over all of this is that big rule.
Non-partisanship, yes. It's the absolute bedrock.
Can't stress that enough, it seems.
You really can't. Everything a charity does in the advocacy space must be nonpartisan. No supporting, no opposing, no aligning with any specific political party or candidate, period.
So the focus has to be purely on the policy or the issue itself.
Exactly. Issue-focused, party-blind. That's the mantra. Advocate for the cause, not the candidate.
Issue-focused, party-blind. I like that. Okay, so that's the yes list. Now for the other side. What's strictly forbidden? Where are the clear no-go zones?
Right, the red lines. First and foremost, charities cannot endorse a political party or candidate. Full stop.
Meaning no public statements saying vote for party X or candidate Y is the best choice.
Absolutely not. And no financial support either. No donations to parties or candidates. None.
Okay, that seems clear. What else falls under prohibited partisan activity?
Well, actively campaigning for a politician. Like organizing volunteers for their campaign, using charity resources.
Like using the charity's mailing list to send out campaign flyers.
Definitely not allowed. Or hosting a rally for a specific party. Anything that promotes or opposes a party or candidate during an election or even between elections.
And it extends to the materials they produce too, right?
Yes. Distributing pamphlets, website content, social media posts, anything that tells people to support or oppose a specific party. It's all off limits.
And the consequences if a charity crosses these lines, they're not small, are they?
No, they're very serious. The Canada Revenue Agency, the CRA, can ultimately revoke the charity's registered status.
Wow. Okay, so losing charitable status, that's huge.
It's potentially devastating. It impacts funding, public trust, everything. So the message is crystal clear. Steer completely clear of partisan politics.
Got it. Now let's talk about those 2018 changes. That seems like a really significant moment. What was the situation before 2018?
Before 2018, there was this rule. Charities could only spend a maximum of 10% of their resources on activities defined as political.
Only 10%. That sounds quite restrictive.
It often was. Many charities found it limiting and, frankly, a bit confusing to track. It created what many called a charitable chill.
A chill, meaning they held back on advocacy they might otherwise have done.
Exactly. Fear of accidentally going over the 10% limit or uncertainty about what counted led many to just play it very safe, maybe too safe.
Okay, so what changed in 2018?
Well, the Income Tax Act was amended, and that 10% spending limit on political activities, it was removed. Gone.
Completely removed. So unlimited spending now.
Well, the term used is Unlimited Public Policy Dialogue and Development Activities, PPDAs. So yes, the limit is gone.
PPDDAs. Okay, that sounds like a big shift in freedom.
It is, but, and this is a really important, but the core conditions didn't change.
Okay. What are those conditions?
Two main ones. First, any of these PPD activities must still directly support the charity's stated charitable purpose. The link has to be clear.
So it still has to be mission related. Can't just advocate about anything.
Correct. And second, all activities must still be strictly nonpartisan. Removing the spending cap was not an invitation to start supporting parties or candidates.
Right. So the nonpartisan rule is still absolutely central.
Absolutely. So the change means more freedom, more flexibility to engage in dialogue and development around public policy relevant to their mission.
As long as they stay focused on that mission and steer clear of party politics.
That's the essence of it. It acknowledged that advocacy and policy work are legitimate and important ways for charities to achieve their goals.
Okay, so charities have more room to maneuver now. With that in mind, what are the best practices? How can they advocate effectively and stay compliant?
Great question. The source material gives some solid advice. Number one, always check. Is this advocacy work clearly tied to our charitable purpose?
Keep checking that mission alignment.
Constantly. If you have to stretch to make the connection, you might be heading into risky territory.
Makes sense. What else?
Nonpartisanship. We've said it a lot, but it bears repeating. Embedded in your culture, your communications, everything. Zero tolerance for anything that looks like supporting or opposing a party or candidate.
Build that wall high and strong.
Exactly. And then there's record keeping. Keep good records of all your advocacy activities. What you did, why it relates to your mission, the resources used.
Why is that so important?
Well, if the CRA ever reviews your activities, having clear documentation demonstrates your due diligence and compliance. It protects the organization.
Good governance, basically.
Right. And transparency goes along with that. Be open about your positions on issues. Use accurate information. Avoid misleading claims. Build trust.
So be clear, be honest, keep records. What's the last key practice?
Focus on education and awareness, not campaigning. Charities bring unique value through research, data, lived experience, expert perspectives. Lean into that.
Inform the debate. Don't try to win the election.
That's a great way to put it. Educate policymakers and the public. That's where charities can have a huge legitimate impact.
Okay, those are really practical points. Mission focus, nonpartisanship, good records, transparency, and education over campaigning.
If charities stick to those principles, they can navigate this space effectively.
So let's wrap this up. What's the main takeaway for our listener today?
I think the big message is, yes, Canadian charities can engage in political advocacy. The 2018 changes definitely opened up more space for that.
Right.
But that freedom comes with the non-negotiable responsibility to stay nonpartisan and ensure every single advocacy effort directly serves the charity's mission.
Get that balance right, and advocacy becomes a really powerful tool.
A huge tool. It lets charities shine a light on crucial issues and push for real, positive change, all while staying true to their purpose and maintaining public trust.
So for anyone listening who's involved with a charity thinking about advocacy, do your homework. Check the CRA guidelines carefully.
Absolutely. Understand the rules, put those best practices in place, and then you can engage with confidence.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener, to ponder, given this increased freedom for public policy dialogue.
What are the most effective and, importantly, the most ethical ways for charities to really leverage that freedom? How can they push the envelope on their mission, make a real difference in policy, without ever getting close to that forbidden partisan line? It's a fascinating challenge.
Definitely something to think about, finding that sweet spot between impactful advocacy and strict compliance.